good gentleman from Bulacan. Next to interpellate will be the good gentleman from Taguig and Pateros, the Minority Leader, Senator Alan Cayetano.
Senator Alan Cayetano is recognized, the Minority Leader.
First and foremost, may I thank the Senate President. I know he's also very tired. Pinakamatagal dito session hall at sabi ko 2 questions lang. Pero sabi niya, si Joel 2 questions din lang. Kaya binago ko, sabi ko, sir, less than 10 minutes. So, Mr. Chairman, may I ask a few questions?
Yes, it will be honor.
Good evening, everyone, Dole family. Bilisan ko na lang, Chairman, tapos kung may mga kailangan isubmit na lang. So, let me start with the peso law. Minomonitor pa rin ng Dole ang peso?
Yes, meron po. Importante, alam naman natin sa local government, napakahalaga yung peso. Yeah. So, minomonitor nila ho.
Tsaka yan lang ang peso na lumalakas at hindi nade-devaluate.
Totoo yan.
In monitoring that, do they have like an annual report or something?
Meron po. Yeah.
And it's been some time, no, since the last amendment.
Matagal na. What?
So, ang question ko, baka naman may nakikita ang Dole na pwedeng improve. I forgot now, but I think one of my amendments noon is magsasubmit din yung mga employers sa city nila ng tingin nilang magiging trabaho the next 3 years. Para yung city, kung meron university like Valenzuela and like Taguig, ma-coordinate or kung ano man, TESDA, etc. Yun ang part na hindi ko alam kung natutupad. So, two questions lang. No? One, kung meron kayong naisip na amendments, please send it to our chairman and we'll be more than happy to look at it. Number 2, pakitignan ulit yung law. Ano yung mga elements nun aside from, wala akong doubt, anong elements aside from the main job of the peso. I don't doubt na all around the country, we really have outstanding people there. Yung kanilang job fairs, ang dami ko na napuntahan job fairs when I was younger. Umuwi ng luhaan yung marami. But ngayon, meron minsan half day, 1 day, bago pa pumunta doon, may trabaho na eh. Diba? So, it's quite effective eh. No? So, I just like to put that on record that it's a lesser known law, but just like sa DOH, prevention is better than cure. So I can talk about unemployment here, pero if we can strengthen the peso and really use it not only to help people get jobs, so like yung peso halimbawa sa amin, no? Even yung pinakasimple na magbihis naman kapag ka mag-a-apply ng trabaho, how to write the resume, it's changed naman totally, no? But for example, no, nung araw ang employers hindi tinitingnan yung FB page, di ba, yung social media. I think even the embassies nung araw hindi tinitingnan eh. Pero ngayon, certain countries, pag tinignan, ang problema, nagsa-start ka ng Facebook mo ngayon, 15, 16, or 18 is still in senior high school. So, baka there's some changes, even with DepEd, na alam na ng mga estudyante na kahit 21 ka, 22, baka tignan yung 4 years mo, na may na-post ka doon na 18, 19 na katuwaan, pero hindi nakakatuwa sa employers. No? So I'll leave that topic sa peso after the response of the good chairman.
Meron po silang 5-point agenda to revitalize the peso. So alam po ng Department ni Secretary na mahalaga po yung peso, especially for our constituents, and talagang attune to the needs of our constituents. So meron po silang nakalatag na 5-point agenda, and we can submit to His Honor itong kanilang revitalized program. No?
Kung napakaganda niyan, submit mo na rin Central Bank para ma-revitalize na rin nila yung peso ngayon medyo mataas.
At congratulations so ang Taguig peso ay nahirang as one of the best pesos in year 2023.
I didn't even know that, but our head Norman Mirabel is quite good. Second topic, kasi I only have a few minutes, and I don't mind speaking to them later on about it. Si Secretary Sir, when did you start being a labor lawyer? I don't mean to reveal your age, pero more or less. Kasi di ba, no, when were you, ito na lang, when were you first labor secretary? Oh, 1998. That's why pag
1998.
tinignan mo yung Supreme Court cases, may mga cases na versus Leguesma, etc. And some are landmark cases. Kaya lang sa labor, madaling magpalit di ba? So, ang point ko lang, because the secretary has been there, has been back, has practiced, I wonder kung may time and motion, whether it's the 80s, 90s o ngayon, yung bilis o bagal ng pagdesisyon ng kaso ng labor or ng nag-complain. Kasi nga, we knew long time ago, wala pang social media, wala pang mga NGOs, ilan lang ang mga dyaryo, na luging-lugi kasi talaga yung yung laborer, di ba? Kasi yung mga kumpanya ng malaki pera, they can really wait it out, they can last years, etc. Pero laborer, kung wala talang kita, and that's why nga, through many social legislation and through decisions of the Supreme Court, may mga give sila sa laborers, di ba? But I have a show with my sister and Kuya Boy Abunda. So, marami pa rin na parang i-dismiss, sasabihin lang, ito problema, tapos walang due process, etc. So I was wondering lang now, how fast or how slow, di ba, na from if they complain to DOLE or if they complain sa arbiter, tapos from arbiter to NLRC, and then di ba, before 1998 kasi from NLRC diretso sa Supreme Court But ngayon meron ng after that was it a law or interpretation of the law secretary na CA na yung yung from NLRC sa CA muna bago Supreme Court. Yeah.
It's a Supreme Court
So
decision.
it's a Supreme Court decision interpreting the law, no? So I won't ask for it now, but can someone from the DOLE take a look at it lang at the average, di ba, na how long it takes, and then kung mabilis, then no problem.
Commission level.
Kung medyo mabagal, baka you can advise us what can, I mean, kung meron LaborCom instead of EDCOM, that will probably be one of our major topics, correct?
Yes, yes. Dito po sa NLRC, ang disposition rate nila is 9 months pag labor arbiters with 96 disposition rate, and then sa commission level 6 months with 99% disposition
So
rate.
not to but mabagal sa
yeah.
pag dumating na sa korte. No, I mean 6 months, 9 months is relatively nung
Fast.
araw years yan nung araw years yan Siyempre may due process and everything, di ba? But pwede rin kasi kung hindi pa kaso, complaint lang, pwede mag-complaint sa DOLE, di ba? Tapos yung inspection lang or
Tama po, tama po.
So anyway, I'd like to take a look at that and see what we can do.
Yeah.
Okay. Third topic, 2022, hindi ko makalimutan kasi naawa ako kay Secretary at nagpaalam naman ako kay Senator Tulfo kanina. Kasi question siya ni Senator Tulfo about using TUPAD for elections. Do you remember that? And at that time actually, bago ka pa lang, so it was actually addressed to the old secretary. Kasi by that time, December, November, budget hearing, 6 months ka palang secretary noon. Does the secretary remember the question of...
Yes, naalala niyo po.
And tanda niyo ang commitment niyo, hindi gagamitin ang TUPAD for elections.
Yes, yes.
At
Yes,
tinupad niyo
that's-
ba yung pangako sa TUPAD? Hindi, kasi
Meron po silang linabas na guidelines, rules and regulations on the prohibition against the release, disbursement, of expenditure of public funds under sections 261 of the Omnibus Election Code and the submission of disbursement report. So andito po yung na bawal po gamitin yung mga tupad.
At tinupad naman ng secretary natin yon na hindi ginamit ang tupad sa eleksyon.
Yes. So as far as they know and concern, tinutupad ho nila itong sarili nilang
Then
guidelines.
paano nila mapapaliwanag na meron mga party list na hindi naman incumbent na nag-aalok sa mga mayor nung last election na pag sila'y pwede magsalita at magkumuha ng tao sa lugar nila, meron silang tupad. And I can provide you evidence for that. Kaya lang kaibigan ko kasi yung tumakbong yon. So paano sila nakakuha ng tupad sa DOLE kung hindi sila pinapaboran bilang party list?
Well, to be frank about it, Your Honor, meron silang guidelines na bawal at dapat po yung mga beneficiaries sumusunod rin sa guidelines.
Walang problema yung chairman kung may problema pag incumbent pero gray area. 'Di ba? Kasi you deal with them 3 years, timing, etc. Pero ito kandidato eh. Hindi naman sila incumbent. During campaign period, pag pumunta ng isang city, 15 million, 20 million, 30 million natupad. Sa isang city. Kandidato sila, party list sila. Hindi sila incumbent. Oh, paano natin sasabihin na? So, wala tayong report na ganun sa AIX, ha? Sa AIX, meron mga incumbent na party list. Kasi ang party list parang senador, buong Pilipinas. May allotment sila. Pero walang kandidato na party list na sasabihin natin na may AIX o I'm not sure about MAIP.
Well, base po sa kanila, bawal ho talaga during election period na pinapakalaman po itong tupad. I think may mga, based on sa information nyo, tingin ko baka may nakakalusot na mga
So,
ganitong tao.
On that, because wala naman akong personal knowledge na kay secretary siya humingi, pwede akong maniwalang nalusutan, pwede ko sabihin pakiimbestigahan. Okay. Having said that, tama ba, Secretary, na ang lahat ng tupad ay dumadaan sa regional directors at sila ang
Tama po, tama po.
So pag hindi dumaan sa regional director, red flag yon.
Dapat
Okay.
po sa regional dumadaan po.
Eh bakit po, dahil meron kayong kakampi sa 2nd District ng Taguig, hindi nyo pinadaan sa regional director, binigyan nyo ng 98 million last election. At kahit tinawagan na kayo ni Senator Jinggoy na wag nyong gawin, tinuloy nyo pa rin. Can I have all the pertinent documents about your release for the 2nd District of Taguig during the last election? Do you confirm? Nag-release kayo na special release. Ang sagot nyo, discretion ni Secretary ng additional 98 million sa 2nd District ng Taguig. Tinawagan kayo ni Senator Jinggoy. Oh, nilabas nyo pa rin. Hindi nyo nilabas? Walang release? do na, I will